Welcome to my channel once again. Today I'm going to be talking to you about forming your own business or establishment from scratch. How do you start your own business? What are the things that you need to be careful of? And what are the things that you need to pay close attention to? So let's say you are employed at the moment, or even if you are unemployed but you want to start your own business, you don't even know where to start, you don't even know what you want to sell or what your business is going to be about, but you are just curious about being in the business space and you want to work on your own business. So this video is one of those important videos that you cannot afford to actually miss out on. So there are certain perceptions that you will find lying around regarding having your own business. Everyone thinks just because you have started a business, now you're qualified to be on Forbes magazine looking serious, and everyone is just going to be saying, this is 2024 best businessman or businesswoman of the year or whatsoever. Everything looks nice, it looks glamorous from outside. No one really knows what goes on when it comes to starting your own business. And if you are going to be running your own business, I will just tell you this for free: you will have to work twice as much than you do when you work for a person, because when you work for someone else, you work on certain specific hours, and when it's knock off time, you just knock off and go home. If it's your own business, you don't get paid because at 8 o'clock you were there and you left at 4. You get paid because you delivered what was needed by the customers, and was it worth it enough for them to actually get to pay money for it. That's the money that eventually pays you. So your success is going to come by getting done what needs to be done and what people would pay money for. So some of you might have heard people talking about do what you love or do what you know so that you will excel, because maybe let's say you were a radio presenter and they'd be like, probably start your own station, start your own podcast, start your own whatsoever. Just because you know it, it does not mean that it's going to be a successful business. What makes it work is how many people are looking for what you are offering and how many of them have money readily to pay you for that. So I remember hearing Dunlop one day say, it doesn't matter if you're doing what you love or not. You do what it takes for you to get paid. So it's not a matter of just because you now have a business, customers are coming in. Just because your product looks good, people are going to be coming in. It doesn't work like that. Without your business in the picture, people today are having their daily lives. If you are going to be selling toiletries, we already know where to get toiletries now before you show up. And our lives are not stopping because you are not here. So when you show up with your business, what will make me decide to change my daily life and my daily routine from where I get all the things that I'm getting now? What should change me to decide to come and try out your business, be your customer, and eventually become a client too? So what does it take for me to do that? So when you are coming in and you're the new kid in the block, that's one of the things that you need to be mindful of, that no one knows who you are and no one cares as well. I've had a lot of people closing down their businesses because someone will tell you, yes, I have this new stock from China, it's nice. So what? We already have lives going on without your stock that you have just brought in from China. Actually, nobody cares that you have started a business, including some of your own family and friends. Nobody cares. So you have to basically make people care about what you are offering, and you have to make them interested to actually get to work with you in whatsoever that you are doing. So just because you are starting a new business, don't think that people are going to jump because you have just showed up. It comes with time, it comes with hard work, it comes with planning, it comes with failing as well. So if you want to be a business person and you have not failed and you are not prepared to fail in business, I can just tell you this for free: you may not succeed. If I can just give you my story, of how I got into business. So I got into business because I created a newspaper called Soweto Observer years ago. So I didn't have money for Soweto Observer, but I already had client waiting to advertise. I already had everything looking good. So I approached a guy called Raymond Lidwaba. He's the CEO of IT Think last time I checked. So I went to him, I pitched the idea. He was so chilled, he was so relaxed, in a way that the way he was so chilled and so cool, part of me didn't believe this guy is gonna really give me money to start this business. He was like to me, you know what, let's meet in a restaurant somewhere. We obviously had an early meeting, and I showed up, prepared all the list of the clients who said to me, just tell me when your newspaper is coming out, I'm ready to advertise. I showed up with all the list of clients, I showed up with everything, I convinced him. He was just looking at me like pretty chill. And then he asked me a question, have you ever done a business before? I started listening to him. Yes, I used to sell sweets in high school. I used to take pictures of students in high school and print them out and come back and they could pay me for it. I started counting a whole lot of things that I started doing earlier. And then he asked me, he's like, it's actually brilliant that you grew up with this business mind thing going on, sitting into your stepmother's meetings and all that. It's a good thing that you have all that going on. So tell me something. Have you ever failed in business? I was young and inexperienced at the time. Like, have I ever failed in business? I told him no. And he laughed. He said, if you have not failed in business, then you are going to fail in business. And he gave me an example of some guys in the USA who don't do business with people who have not failed in business, or they don't invest money on a person's business who has never failed in business before. So it never bothered me, because I was so confident that I am going to kill the market, I'm going to do well, I already have clients waiting, what's with him and the negativity, but I will kill it, man, just let him give me the money. He laughed, we shook hands, he said, it's business, we will handle the paperwork as we work, because he was a very busy guy. He had actual running businesses that were running and he was doing well. So I was just a drop in the ocean, really, in what he was doing. He was just helping a young man. Guess what? Fast forward the story later, 4 or 5 years later, the business failed. And I had to go back to him and explain to him how I lost his investment during COVID. He just looked at me, he laughed. He's like, you remember the first day when I asked you if you've ever failed in business? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yes. So when I gave you the money, I gave you the money to fail. I knew you were going to fail, and you did. But congratulations. The pain of losing money has made you a hungry and a thirsty businessman than you'd ever be in your life. And that failure will push you never to want to fail again in life. And it has been fueling me to this very day. So if you are starting a business, expect yourself to fail and find a way of getting back at it again. So all the successful business people that you know of in the world, most of them have failed many times, but they've only won once. And that one winning is what made them to be as great as they are today. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on our content.